Hi, this is a poem of mine called Orange and Brew Poetry Night. This is describing my feelings about the day after my first poetry reading. Uh, it was a time when I was testing my material that I had, that I'd been writing, and it was the very first place that I ever tried out any of my poems. And quite to my surprise, instead of booing me or, throwing tomatoes, they were just the opposite. They were very encouraging. They applauded. And afterwards, I actually had a girl come up to me and ask me if she could interview me for a class. And I became a class assignment for her. But she was inspired enough to come up and ask me that. And that changed me literally, because I felt, okay, I didn't feel anything special about me, but obviously she saw that and the audience loved what I was doing. And I said, well, I've got something here. This is good. People are responding to my poems. They're responding to my talent. And it's been a whirlwind since then. This year has been incredible. Anyway, I'd like to do this poem that represents the changing over of being able to show that talent. Tonight, my first public reading of poetry from my heart that is meant to open the minds of the listeners and expand the compassion in their hearts. I'm a little nervous, but not overly so. Most of the audience are students and poets. I feel welcomed as they listen with rapt attention while my creative expressions flow out. Each participant or audience member is here due to the love of poetry, and poetry comes in many forms. Our respect is evident toward each poet in turn as they step onto the stage and speak into the microphone. All the ears in the dim-lit room listen and visualize in their mind the direction in which the poet is going. They are taken on a journey as the poet guides on and on and on. My presence here tonight was to follow my dream, and some others were caught up in my dream also. I believe this evening was a great success, and it made me want to shout out to the world, I have potential! I'm not going to hide it anymore. Tonight, I showed my hopes, dreams, and goals as I recited poetry that meant something very personal to me. If you understand what I'm saying, will you get caught up in my dream too? Please, join my journey anytime. And that's how I was feeling after my first poetry reading that was so significantly important in my life. That was a poem from my book called Poverty Revolution, Part 1, Skimming the Surface. My very first book, and I'm so proud of it. I stand on this book as far as I'm proud that it was quite an accomplishment. I wrote this book. The whole book was done in 2 months, very, very quickly for a book, and put together and published and everything in 2 months. Okay. Very few people can do something that fast, but I pulled it all together really quick because it was our only source of income, except for a very small check that I received monthly for from my daughter's deceased father. Other than that, it was sale from the books that was keeping us alive, paying for our food, electric, rent, what else? Oh, bus passes. So, we were completely dependent upon this, doing well. And we're starting to do better now, and that's all very well and good. But I'm just going to keep on plodding along and doing the very best I can this year, and coming into the new year, 2010. We're getting ready to come into 2010. And so every year is going to improve us further and further. And then we want to help people to move up the ladder. So thank you very much.
By the way, my comment is on the back of the book.
Oh, yes. On the back of the book.
First
Beautiful picture of my daughter and I.
You can get a little close up of it.
From Mother's Day. It was really beautiful.
I had longer hair.
But it's
I like my hair short though. It's really nice.
Also, I have quite an assortment of people who have written about comments about the book, what they thought of it, and so forth. So Really take a look at it. It's on the internet. It's also in bookstores. It's coming into the major bookstores soon. It's in local bookstores right now in Gainesville, Florida. Thank you.
Thanks. Ciao.